Hi there, Rebecca Dorschner here, aka Vibe Mentor, coming to you with another quick tip on positive parenting and educational strategies. Wanted to bring a new personal story to the table and share with you a little bit about how I've learned uh, through my experiences. So, it starts in about 2010. I was a newly single parent at the time, moving to a new town, starting a new job, drastically changing my whole entire life. And it was a massive change. I did not realize the tools that were going to be necessary to process not only what I was going through, but what I was about to learn. Looking back on it, I'm very grateful for that process. Glad that I didn't hurt my child too much. We hear the word trauma and we think of some terrible things. Luckily, it was not as bad as some of those things, but equally impactful in a child's life. I was a little bit saddened when I learned about um, what I had done to my child, but I'm happy to say that I have been able to more than remedy that situation. Like I said, new change, new shift, new direction. We seemed to be doing well. He was brushing his teeth. He was going to bed on time. We were reading books. He was in sports and school and learning well, and seemingly a well-adjusted child. But because of all of the changes, I was very much in my head, and I didn't realize that I spent so much of my time thinking about where I was going, or lunches the next day, or planning, or even looking back at the past to explore why I had experienced what I had, or how I could prevent it from happening in the future. And that caused me to be so much in my head that I wasn't present for my child. And instead of worrying about everything and allowing life to take care of itself, um, I was trying to control and plan everything. And through that, um, there was an emotional absence from my child. And I learned this from Dr. Gabor Mate. He talks a lot about how addiction is driven by trauma. And so it was very important to me that I learned to remedy this. And I enjoy learning about the psychology of children, and dug very deep into how I could remedy the situation for my child. So what I have learned has been applied not only in my parenting, but also in the Vibe school philosophy, as well as the mentoring and the software. So it really just came down to being there, learning new ways to send that subconscious message to the child that I embrace you and I am ecstatic to be in your presence. The best present you can give your child is your presence. I am the mother of 4 kids, so that's hard to do, and I know a lot of us are entrepreneurial mothers or working mothers and even stay-at-home moms. It's hard. But taking that time every day, if it's 10 minutes or half an hour, just to be with your child, to listen, to engage, to play, and help them see different perspectives, this is truly life-changing, and this helps shape their character. A child needs a bond, and they will bond with ideally a parent first, but if that parent is not available for them, they will bond with their peers. They will bond with their video games. They will bond with social media connections. So we need to be very careful and make sure that we are there for our kids, and we are not just a physical example, but also an emotional example, because they will then in turn glean the direction of how to love themselves by the way we treat them. So even though we are physically present, we're on our phones, or we're scheduling, or we're cooking, or we're cleaning, or we're doing all these other things, that is still a lack of presence. And our child feels that on a very subconscious level. So even at 2 months old, the nonverbal communication needs to happen that sends that signal of safety and approval to our children. So a healthy attachment with a nurturing adult is critical. Our children cannot live without that. And that's part of why I do what I do, because I recognize in my own childhood not having that, that this is something that we have an opportunity to give kids at the educational level. So as an educator, being that nurturing adult that allows them to bond in a healthy way, is an opportunity that I feel very grateful for, and that's part of a very significant part of the mentoring process as well. We become the template. We teach them by example how to be, and in turn may end up preventing tremendous harm, if not addiction, depression, anxiety, and a whole host of other issues that can come from that. So I know it's challenging. Nobody's perfect. Never beat yourself up. Can't go back. But going forward, make time for your kids. Remember that it shapes their personality and it informs their self-value and self-worth. So we are changing the future for our kids, and I'm happy to be a part of that with you. So I'll see you again in the next quick tip. Take care.